see what I did there? That
Yeah.
was the Smallville intro.
Yes. Do it again. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Go Freak Media.
Welcome to another edition of Go Freak Media TV. I am Y2 Chris,
I am John the Phenomenon.
and we are here again for another fun-filled episode of comics, movies,
Toys.
toys that are in buckets. Well, what's going on?
I talked to my tax lady, and she said I gotta get rid of my stuff.
Say no more.
Just joking. Had to I have to downsize a little bit. I gotta make more room so that way I can get more stuff. So I can make more room. So I can get more stuff.
That's adulting.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of toys, remember back when we were doing these things, like when we first started, and I would show like cool things like this. Ooh, what is this? This is the land speeder from Star Wars. It's the Hot Wheel. But yeah, I got
Cool.
one finally. I finally got one. Can you believe it? I finally. Yeah, I opened it.
I think we lost some subscribers.
I know, right? Try to keep them in the box, whatever. But no, I had to open this one.
You know what? Live free.
Yeah.
Live free.
Yeah, let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Let it breathe. Let yourself breathe.
Yeah. I'll do a little bit more review on that. I'll do a 360 review on it just to see what it looks like in more detail. Oh, almost broke it.
Well, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we skipped a week. Our lives got in the way, so you got my life, your life. I got my life with work, and my daughter's birthday is coming up. So happy birthday to my daughter!
Happy birthday! Too bad we can't go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Even if there was COVID, I wouldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Why not?
Wait, are we sponsored by them?
Oh yeah, no. Nah, oh well.
Chuck E. Cheese is the best place to go.
I don't know. Grace did something where she mixed up like Chuck E. Cheese, where a man could be a kid or something. Like,
Yeah, let's edit that.
yeah. No, like she mixed up the Toys R Us theme with Chuck E. Cheese. It was pretty funny.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, so we got 2 weeks worth of comic book review probably to go over, and talk about Wanda Vision, because that's one of the things that we've been constant on. Also, a new series has came out, and that is the Superman and Lois TV series.
Yeah, Superman and Lois came out on the CW network. Honestly, it was like a really, really good first episode for this. I'm really happy and excited. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a big Superman fan. And just the feeling of it, it's different compared to all the other past Superman series or movies that come out. Ironically, for me watching this, and I said, my daughter's birthday's coming up. With this series, it deals more of, okay, we all know the story of Superman and Lois.
Right.
Now we're getting into that phase of, okay, now we're seeing Superman and Lois as parents and like what they had to deal with their kids and stuff like that.
And married.
Yeah, married too as well.
Yeah. I mean, in Smallville, did they get married in Smallville? I can't remember it at this point, as everything else, like Batman and Mask of Phantasm. Did they did they get married in the end of Smallville?
They were about to, but then there was a robbery, and then in Smallville, Clark told Lois, "Tell the minister I'll be a few minutes late," and then it's like da da da. Then he's like, whoosh,
Ah, okay.
and
So
then that was it.
right, and then he finally donned the suit at the very end, and that
Yeah,
was
but remember this Superman Lois has nothing to do with Smallville.
right.
It's it's kind of part of the Arrowverse, but it doesn't feel like it's part of the Arrowverse. Like just with the cinematography and the layout of it, it's way different. Special effects were phenomenal for just a TV series for that, and the lighting and the colorization of the series has a little bit of a Zack Snyder feel to it too, as well.
That's awesome. Uh, a friend of mine was saying he got teary eyed in the first 20 minutes. It was that great.
Yeah, because like I said, we all know Superman came from Krypton. Rocket ship landed in Smallville. He met Lois Lane at the Daily Planet. He proposed to Lois Lane at the Fortress of Solitude. They just showed that all really quickly for that. And then it just went, all right, they're married. They have two sons. Let's go.
Speaking of um, the kids or whatever, uh, or the actors in general, this actor looks Asian to me, but he's not. This guy is though.
Dean Kane?
Dean Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, and the very beautiful Terry Hatcher. Oh,
I gotta admit, Terry Hatcher, out of all the Lois Lanes that played Lois Lanes, she was the eye candy right there.
right, for sure. Um, but no, there's Dean Kane. This is the new actor that is playing Superman. Um, off the top of my head, it's scratching. He was also the Superman in Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
That series that is gonna end. The series of Supergirl is gonna end. This is the last season. Sad to say. Um, but what is this actor's name?
Tyler Hoechlin,
Tyler Hoechlin. And what about the actress?
the actress playing Lois, is Bitsy Tulloch.
Betsy Tulloch. She's pretty cute too.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Welling and Erica Durance, right? Did I say that right? Erica
Sure.
Durance.
I don't
Yeah.
even know if I said Tyler's last name or Betsy's or Betsy or yeah, I don't
Could
know.
be Betty.
Betty.
She is a Betty.
Yeah, no. Her name's Lois.
Okay, Lois, and that is Clark.
And that's Clark.
And that's Clark. Yeah, we'll just stick with that. So, yeah. And what days does it come out on, or what day of the week?
What's today?
Today is Thursday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So 2 days ago.
Yeah,
So be on the lookout on the CW for this.
absolutely. This is one of the ones where I'm giving it a Y2 Chris 5 stars on this one.
Nice. Total different feel from every other DC ongoing thing that's going on. Don't get me wrong. I loved Smallville. I loved Lois and Clark with Dean Cain. Um, I loved The Flash as it's still going, and Green Arrow. You ruined it for me because it's over already, and I didn't know that. Yeah, see how far back my world is just got a lot smaller, and haven't had time to watch things like Arrow or The Flash. Um, right now, uh, I'm on something called The Expanse. Uh, right. So
Yeah.
um,
No, we'll do a review of, like I said, like, you need a lot of catching up to do. You haven't seen Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
no, I watched it the other day. I finally watched
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But the next one we're going to watch now is the Crisis on Infinite
Yes, that is
series.
a must. That is a must.
we can do a review on that on your part
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
since it came out like a year ago. So
For sure. You want to get into some comic books?
let's do it.
All right. So this is Batman Dark Detective number 4. This is the final issue of Dark Detective, correct? For Future State.
Correct.
So
Correct. Yeah.
in this it comes to the finale, with the Protector, or yeah, the Protector, and where the Dark Knight has been laying his head, and the finale is a whopper for me. I was like, what? That's it? I mean, as in, like, no, there should be more, you know? I don't want to give any spoilers, but you got to read it. The cover looks cool. No,
And
I
don't wanna
actually,
give spoilers too as well. But when you told me the ending and I read it too, and I'm like, come on, John the Phenomenon. When is it ever the ending for any comic book?
no, yeah, for sure. And you hope that, even though this is the last episode for Future State of Dark Detective, you are hoping for something more. So
And I'm sure they'll give us more.
for sure, I hope so. The character development of the earlier Batman is a little bit more raw compared to uh, the Batman of today, or whatever Batman is out there right now. I guess it's the next Batman,
Right.
but that's not even Bruce Wayne. So, anyways, moving on. This is the Forge, Operations Forge.
Yeah, Generation Forge, number 1. I read this. This is a freaking 80-page extravaganza. Um, that one that you're showing on the screen, that's the variant cover. I got the regular cover right here.
Nice.
So, I mean, what do I say about this book?
Is this book is it um is it before Future State, after Future State?
It's it's every time dimensional thing. We're talking about the beginning, right now, the future, everything.
Okay.
It's just so weird because obviously, we talked about it in the beginning when all of this first started. You got the original Batman from the 30s. You got Superboy, Smallville Superboy, Steel, when Steel was still part of the four Supermans, Booster Gold with his pop up collar like he's going to go to the clubs in Las Vegas.
Disco.
Yeah, Disco. And then also Sinestro when he's still part of the Green Lanterns. So, I mean, basically, they're just trying to figure out the whole timeline and universes and all that. And I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like this is just a thing that you and I talk about over and over again. Guess what?
Oh, it's a new series.
Not just a new series, another universe.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh. So there's no longer 52 universes. There's 250,000 universes. They went backwards.
I mean, I don't want to give too much away, so I'll just quickly put it up and then I'll put it down. Ready?
Yes. No, that was too fast. Do it again. Slower.
Back to my Smallville.
Oh, schmick. All right, let's move on. This is Superman versus Imperious Lex.
Oh, I can't. I don't know why, but the cover always makes me laugh. It's like propaganda, evil Superman, and evil Lois stepping on Lex Luthor that's saving his people from his Earth.
It looks like a little baby Nightcrawler.
Someone's getting sued.
Oh man, speaking of that, uh,
Yeah, so I mean, basically, you know, just like in the first issue I talked about, excuse me, Lex Luthor has his own world planet, and basically they all see him as like, the savior, and here comes Superman and Lois that are trying to reason with him to have his planet join what they our version of like the United Nations, and everyone in that universe in that world sees Superman as like an evil threat
hmm.
for that too as well. So pretty interesting seeing that point of view of Lex Luthor, but also at the same time kind of seeing like what Superman and Lois are trying to do.
They got the "Mwahaha" look to them.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Very recommended book by you.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you guys like Lex Luthor, you'll definitely like this one.
Cool. Moving on. Superman Worlds of War.
God, I swear to God, like all these covers of Superman, you're like, man, he's having a bad day.
Or he looks very evil, or it's not the Superman
Yeah,
you thought it was.
yeah. The
This one's
Imperious
bleeding.
Lex, everybody hates him. This one here, he's a prisoner of war. Poor guy.
Right, right.
So, if you guys read the first issue, Superman's in a planet, kind of a gladiator type style that's run by Mogul. And the interesting part is, like, during that time on the planet Earth, there's these kids that are in Smallville and they're celebrating pretty much like a Superman Day. And it shows, like, the whole thing of, what Superman means to you, what Superman is. And also at the same time, while Superman is fighting, he's also showing like, I don't need my powers to fight off the good fight, but also at the same time he's showing mercy and not, using his powers to win these battles for that.
Hmm.
The end of it, of this series, actually goes to the House of L that came out this week too as well. So you see that, but there's also some side stories here as far as like the Black Racer and Mr. Miracle storyline in here too as well.
What was the Black Racer and Mr. Miracle in before? Do you remember what comic it was in? It wasn't in Worlds of War, was it? It was switched from another book.
I don't know. I can't keep up with all these side stories and where they went.
I'm with you on that.
All I know is I know it's here somewhere because we bought them all.
I know. So next up is something that is not from Future State, but Black Label, Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah,
Tell us about it,
so this is
monsieur.
the Batman Catwoman series. One of like my favorite writers at the moment right now, Tom King. Basically, this has to deal with murder mystery that shows pretty much like what's going on during the present time, but also what happens in the future. If you guys are all about first appearances, definitely this is a must to get. This is my pick for everyone that's watching here because it does have a debut of Batman and Catwoman's daughter in the future, who is Batwoman in the future on here. And I think I can give this away. The awesome part is even the commissioner in the future, it's a little guy named Dick Grayson.
Oh man,
I
who would
shouldn't
have
have
thought?
said little and I shouldn't have said little and Dick at the same time. Sorry. Oh wait, I'm sorry. PG.
Yeah,
Sorry.
PG. Anyways, uh, in another alternate universe of DC, uh, Catwoman and
Oh, which one?
Catwoman and Batman have a daughter in another universe, and that is the Huntress, correct?
Correct. Not this one.
Not this one. This in this one it is Batwoman,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I saw a piece of it. It's showing Batwoman their daughter having dinner or tea with Catwoman at some point
In Wayne Manor.
in Wayne Manor, and she was actually older looking, and I was like, "Oh, wait, who's that?" Okay, yeah. So this is one of your favorites. Is it? Is this done with now too? Is this the last episode or last issue?
Oh, oh God, no! There's
No.
like 12 issues on this one.
Oh wow. Okay. So it's
Yeah, we're on number 3.
no.
We're in for the long haul, buddy.
That's that's kind of scary for the wallet.
Mm-hmm.
um, moving from DC, I'm going to the Eternals. This is book number 2. Um, in book number 2, they're still focused on Icarus, and Siri shows up. But finally, they have Icarus showing down against Thanos, Thanos, whatever. But they go at it, and um, there's no clear winner in this one. You know, you have to read it. The cover looks cool. I get it. Just uh, I don't want to give it away. I mean, you know, there's a lot to this. I would say this is a prelude to the movie that is coming out. They're they're actually, if you never knew anything about the Eternals, this is kind of revealing who the characters are and what they do little by little. The focus is Icarus right now, and in this story in this issue, um, it's showing the longevity of the characters, meaning lifeline wise, um, and the Eternals are kind of like gods to a sense, um, in the sense that they can't die because they keep replicating themselves somehow through a machine or something. Um, but yeah, you get to see a little bit of Icarus in the way that he handles things. It 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 shows that he is not perfect. And it for me, I kind of the character grew on me. So um, the cover's cool. Get it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, John, all about you and your covers.
I know, right? Um, and last comic book, but not least, Last Ronin came out
Hey, it
last
finally
week.
came out.
Yeah, finally, episode issue number 2 came out, and with this one, Kevin Eastman actually did draw a segment on there. His drawings were pretty awesome, and if you haven't read The Last Ronin and don't know what's going on, spoiler alert: The Last Ronin is Michelangelo. Um,
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, should put that everywhere.
Right.
Right. Um, but also, you know, for the longest time, a lot of people thought that it was Raphael because of the red bandana. Um, but you know, in this one, in issue number 2, that they are clarifying that it is Michelangelo, and they actually show the demise of what happened to Raphael. So this book is a really must-have, and it's an introduction to a new character, and
Yep.
and I think this is a must-have. You know what's crazy? Issue 1 sold out like super hardcore, right? Issue number 2 at a couple of places I know have not sold out yet, which is crazy to
Right.
me. It's crazy to me because Chris has been right about a couple of things when it comes to characters or comic book release or toys. He was right about the Cara Dune or Cara Dune pop toy figure. What happened? Like right after he was talking about it, the toy came off the shelves. Hasbro discontinued her,
Just continued it. Yep.
discontinued it, and the toys went up in price insanely. the the red figure or the black figure, the one in the box, the black one that just came out, is now selling for $100 or more. The little
Mhm.
the little blister pack one, and I found it. I thought I didn't get it. I got him. I got her. Uh, I was like, oh yeah. I was like,
I'm rich.
I could have swore I got her, but I can't find her. But yeah, she's going for $50 right now, and then they're doing her. Hasbro is Hasbro Mattel whatever is releasing a retro one of Cara doing it, and that's it. There was like like I think they only made like 50,000 of them, so that one right there. Hopefully that'll be some money, but who knows? You know, with the whole cancel culture thing that's going on, um, and just like the new thing with Mr. Potato Head, he's now Potato Head. I mean, come on. Anyways, uh, what I'm getting at is, what if Disney is pulling a ruse over our eyes, and you know, um, they end up, well, Lucas is not happy with the situation. Um, what if, what if he comes back and says, you know what, we're gonna do something on the side. Don't say nothing. Hush, hush. Per contract, we're still gonna do something. But if that were to happen, I don't think Gina Carano would not say anything. You know, she would be like, "Hey, they apologized." You know, but then if she wanted to keep it a secret about her still going, which is something that I would really like to see. You know, it's ridiculous what's going on. Um, but anyways, uh, not to get too political, let's go back to here. The Last Ronin. A character is revealed in here that is, I think, important. Um, the Last Ronin. How many issues will Last Ronin go into?
5.
Five issues. But there might be room for a continuation. I think within this. Who knows? Um, I don't want to give it away. You have to get this book. They're still out there right now. So
Yeah, there's still plenty of copies for number 2. Obviously, we see April O'Neil, and then we also see another character that we are all familiar with.
oh, oh yeah, for sure. Spoiler alert. Of a sort. Of a sort. Yeah, it's exciting, but I love Last Ronin. I'm like, I I got a regular cover and I got a variant cover.
Oh, you got the variant cover?
I did. All right, variant cover number 1 of the Last Ronin.
That's cool.
Yep. The third print of the Last Ronin. Number 1. That's
Eastman.
Eastman cover. So dope. The regular cover of Last Ronin, and these are magazine size covers, so you got to get the bigger protectors. They're they don't quite fit in my comic book box. But here is, well, let me take that off. This is 1 in 10, so I guess you have to order 10 comic books in order to get this one. But he's in the shadows.
Oh, okay. I was like, what am I looking at? That's cool.
Yep, for sure.
That's
Dope,
a cool
dope.
cover.
Dope, dope.
And then now the next one that's coming out is another issue number 1. It's the Last Ronin issue number 1 director's cut.
So there's more pages in it.
More pages are probably going to show the scripts and like the first draft and then the second draft and then the final draft and all that.
Eastman and probably
Peter Laird.
Peter Laird together, probably in a
Yeah.
picture. That'd be pretty dope. But yeah, get this comic book. It is hot. Well, for us, I think it's really hot. So that is it on comic books. There's one other thing I wanted to show on here. Or I do want to show the trailer, but without us getting into hot water. What is this? Who are these people?
Those look like people from Pahrump.
It looks like it's Pahrump, right? Um, this is the Army of the Dead, right? And
Zack Snyder's new movie that's coming out on Netflix.
Netflix, and it comes out in May, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in May or June, sometime in the beginning of the summer.
Dave Bautista's in there. The Leviathan is one of the characters in here, but it looks to be set in Las Vegas.
Only in Las Vegas, where we're from, there's a zombie apocalypse.
It was, man. I hope we get a press junket for that, and we're able to show it. So later on, we can show it to you guys, all you guys out there, instead of just taking images and doing what we've been doing.
Yeah, hopefully by then, the whole COVID situation will be at ease around that time, and maybe there'll probably be a premiere since the story takes place in Las Vegas. I'm hoping there at least one scene with Dave Bautista with his machine guns. He does it like his entrance in the wrestling where he's like, give me that.
And then he puts a belt on his waist.
Right, and then he just like, kaboof.
Do you see anybody else that is famous in here? I thought that was Michael Jai White, but it's not.
No. I mean, like the trailer that I saw, like I don't know much about this. I knew that Zack Snyder was filming this and doing it. I mean, I didn't even know the story took place in Las Vegas up until I saw the trailer, and I'm like, hey, that looks like the Aria.
Hey, that looks like the Cosmo.
Or what's left of it.
Right, the Cosmo. Oh, the LED's gone.
Right, I'm like, hey, I was like, hey, that's where I work.
or did.
What's left of it.
Right. Crazy. Yep. Well, that is it on reviews for comic books. And trailers. Hopefully, we'll get one in here soon that we can show you without getting all in trouble. But yeah, that's it on my end, man.
Did you want to talk about Wanda Vision?
Oh, yeah, forgot about Wanda Vision.
How can you forget about Wanda Vision? That was like the biggest episode ever.
You want to know something else? The new episode is on already right now. It is 12:30.
Huh. Okay, well then let's talk about it really quick.
Okay.
Because we gotta watch it.
So Wanda expanded her powers, and they did say the word hexing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was somebody that showed up in there, who you didn't expect, and I actually had to look her up. Agatha.
Agatha Harkness. She debuted in the Fantastic Four
right
during the Stanley and Jack Kirby era, and she appeared like here and there with like Doctor Strange comic books or anything that has to deal with like sorcery and dimensions and stuff like that.
Yep, and she actually was the first babysitter of Franklin Richards, and she was his protector. In the comic books, for her to show up in WandaVision is actually staying true to the comic book mythos or whatever it is called.
Right.
It's staying constant because she was there for her with the twins. So, I mean, in this, it's making her look like a bad guy, but in actuality, she's not. So, we'll see where it goes from here. That's part of it, but also, what's her name is in it again? Photon, or the other Captain Marvel, Spectrum. And they're revealing her powers more in this.
Right.
So that's kind of exciting. We'll see where that goes.
You know, she made it when she did the superhero landing
Right.
with the whole hand and the knee.
Yeah. And then Wanda couldn't use her powers on her. What the heck? What's that about? Oh, is there a character that's immune to hexing power?
And the thing that I like about this episode, you know, they're starting to stay true with her, you know, with what her actual name is in the comic book, Scarlet Witch.
Right.
Because, you know, in the movie they never called her Scarlet Witch.
They just called her
They always
Wanda.
called her Wanda and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now that they have like these rights to pretty much like every single Marvel character, now they can start staying true to the comic books, and hopefully we can actually call her a mutant
Right.
sooner or later. So,
Well, they should be able to just blurt it out. I mean, with the whole thing too. Oh, that is not your uncle. Talking about Petro, but it is her brother. But it's not her. But why would she say that?
we'll find out
Yep.
after we're done with this, and I'm gonna go straight on my Disney Plus.
I will too. That's it on my end, man.
Yeah, no, like I already told you, I'm gonna go watch it right now.
All right. I'm John the Phenomenon.
Bye to Chris.
Thanks for watching Go Freak Media TV.
Go Freak Media.